God says, شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس. Then he says, وَبَيِّنَاتٍ مِنَ الْهُدَى وَالْفُرْقَانِ. I will stop here for now. Right? So God says, the month of Ramadan. So God says, the month of Ramadan, like I explained, there was already a month and a calendar called Ramadan before the Quran was revealed. So when God says Shahar, this is where you need to understand what the Shahar represents. And now when we say Shahar, in Arabic, Shahar is month. Shahar. Like I said, Arabic language was already there before the Quran was revealed, but God actually raised it to perfection, right? So when we say Shahar, a month is a unit of time used with calendars. There is no way you can have a month without a calendar. No, it's impossible to have a month without a calendar. Now remember, I'm going to hint at a point here to let you understand how did we get the word month on its own. And why do we have first, second, third, fourth, fifth day, sixth day up to the end of the month? It has to do with the moon. So let's see. A month is a unit of time used with calendars, which is approximately as long as a natural period related to the motion of the moon. So month, the word month has to do derived from the word moon. That is how we got the word month. Month. In Arabic, they say shahar. The shahar is month. Now, a month has to be derived from moon, the word moon. So when we say moon, the moon has positions, the period related to the motion of the moon. That is, in Arabic, in the Quran, we say manazila. Manazila means that is how we have the first day, the second day, because it moves with crescents. It comes with the waxing crescent and the waning crescent to notice the beginning of the month and the ending of the month, right? Good. So now a month is a unit of time used with calendars, which is approximately as long as a natural period related to the motion of the moon. That's where we get the word month, right? Month and moon are cognates. This is how they are related. So one is derived from the other. So note, researchers have deduced that people counted days in relation to the moon's phases as early as the what? Paleolithic age. That is relating to the second period of the Stone Age. Stone Age. Good. So for people who don't know what the Stone Age is, let me help here. Now, when we say Stone Age, it is the earliest known period of human culture characterized by the use of stone implements, right? So that is the Stone Age. That is when during those periods they were using moon. And we can see it in the Quran, the reason why God wants us to use the moon to know the beginning of something and the ending of something. So I will explain that as time goes on. So God says the month of Ramadan is that in which the Quran was revealed. So which shows you that the people of Muhammad alayhi salam already knew about the calendar, the Shahar, called Ramadan. It has nothing to do with Shita, it was Saif. It has nothing to do with winter or summer, as people think. Just because Ramadan comes from the word Ramida, it means, oh, hey, it means it's a summertime. It has to be summertime. People are saying, oh, it's equinox. It can happen in September, right? He is dealing with the Arabians, and he had the Arabian calendar, right? Just like I'm Shuaib Abdullah, I was born in Ghana. We were dealing with the Gregorian calendar. So that's the month I knew before I came to study the Arabic calendar. You understand? So if you ask me my date of birth and I give you my passport, it is Gregorian calendar. That is the calendar I knew. Similarly, Muhammad had a calendar. If he doesn't have a calendar, how does he have a date of birth? And how does he even have age? Do you get the point? So the moment you are reminiscing, you are remembering an event at a period of time in history, it becomes a calendar because you are dealing with dates and chronology. This is how it goes, right? So if my date of birth changes, there will be a problem because I have a date of birth. I can never be born in 2 days or 3 days. I was born in 1 day and it has a date, a fixed date. Similarly goes with the Quran, right? So God says the month of Ramadan is that in which the Quran was revealed. So the Quran was revealed in a particular month. The Arabians at that time, they knew the month. And I'll help you to know the month itself. So here, was revealed as guidance for mankind. So the Quran wasn't revealed as guidance for the Arabs alone. It is guidance for Anas, mankind in general. So not only Arabian has a license to the book. No, 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 no. No Arabian can stand in front of me, Shoaib Abdullah, and say they have the rights to the book. It's a lie. Yeah. It's a lie. Quran chapter 26, verse 197. God says even the scholars of children of Israel knew the book. They knew the Quran. Yes, so you don't need a license from an Arabian to go closer to the Quran. But however, it will help you if you get to study some basics in Arabic language from the Arabs. Yes, it will help. But it doesn't necessarily mean they have the key to the Quran. If you get what I mean. Good. So now, the month of Ramadan is that in which the Quran was revealed as guidance for mankind, as well as proofs of the guidance. And the what? Al-Furqan. Now, this is the important part. So this is purposely why the Quran was revealed in the month of Ramadan. And so it is to help you as a guidance for mankind, and then to do what? To give you proofs of the what? Huda. Remember, chapter 61 verse 9 says, Huwa allazi arsala rasulahu bil huda wa din al-haq. God sent Muhammad alayhi salam as a messenger to mankind. Because he says, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. Now when the word arsala came, the word arsala, when it comes, it has to do with rasala, a message from God. So وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. When we say alamin, we are talking about all people. That is an-nas, all people in general. So here, شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس. Now this Quran was sent to Muhammad alayhi salam. Chapter 20 verse 2 to verse 3. ما أنزلنا عليك القرآن لتشقى إلا تذكرة liman yakhsha. So liman yakhsha can be any other person, can be American, can be Ghanaian, can be Chinese, can be European, can be any other person. Liman yakhsha, right? So you all are entitled to take your guidance from the Quran. According to chapter 39 verse 41 of the Quran as well, the Quran was sent to mankind in truth. Yes, the book came to mankind in truth. Now, so as guidance for mankind as well as proofs of the guidance and the Al-Furqan. Now, when we say guidance, that is why God says in chapter 2, verse 2, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. And Al-Furqan can be found in chapter 25, verse 1. God says that Al-Quran to Muhammad in order to be لِيَكُونَ لِلْعَالَمِينَ نَذِيرًا, in order to be a warner, right, to mankind. Now, so now this is where the interesting part comes. Then God says, فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمُ الشَّهْرِ. Now, when you check the Arabic arrangement of the word shahar, it has adat al-tarif. For people who have studied grammar, it has adat al-tarif. In Arabic, that is in Nahu, that is adat al-tarif, and then this is in English a definite article. Now, whenever something is definite, this is where you have to circulate it, surround it, and then contemplate, reflect. Why is it a definite article? So, for instance, if I'm talking and I say the boy, or I say the girl, or the man, which means you know what I'm saying. So when God says, فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمُ الشَّهْرَ, ash-shahr is definite. It's a definite month. It's unchangeable. It has to be definite. You can't change it because people already know it. So God says, فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمُ الشَّهْرَ فَلْيَصُمْهُ. Then you have to observe the siyam. But now, why did God classify the statement by saying فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمُ الشَّهْرَ, which means not everyone among all people will observe, will witness it at the same time. I just gave you the definition of a month. A month is related to a moon. That's why we have first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day. That's why we call it month. That's why first, second, third, fourth day, they put the TH, fourth, fifth, sixth. It keeps going by positions, right? So I'm going to break it down for you to understand why some people can start fasting today and some people can start fasting tomorrow. It doesn't have to always be the same day just because Saudi Arabia tells you it is today. Let people who are in Saudi Arabia start fasting today if they have seen the moon. And mind you, seeing the crescent doesn't have to be one person. Everybody can see it in the sky when it's there. Yes. Some people will say, oh, what if they have to use telescope? Why? That's why God says, فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمْ. How do you shahida something? How do you witness something when something is starting? If I want to be sure the month have started, I don't need to be going to calendars and checking. What if the calculation is an error? What if they made a mistake? Do you see my point? So فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمْ الشَّهْرَ فَلْيَصُمْ. Now somebody will say, how did you know that Ramadan on the calendar is right? Look, a calendar has been there before you were born. That calendar they are using is 1,400 and something years today. It has period of counting. You are using a Gregorian calendar. What is the year? Go with the flow and check from the common era it started being counted, and check it till today. Right? It goes. Few days might be added, few days might be numbered, yes, but still is the calendar being used. Do you get my point? So now here, God says, فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمُ الشَّهْرَ فَلْيَصُمْ. Whoever among you witnesses the month, then let him what? Observe the Siyam. So now, how do I know I'm in Ramadan? When I check the current calendar, if I check the Arabian calendar, it tells me it tells me today is 1st of Ramadan. This is what it will tell me, 1st of Ramadan. But then how will what will make me feel that I'm in the month of Ramadan? I need to know something. I need to see something, to witness something that can actually make me convinced that I'm in the month. Do you get the point? So this is why God used the word فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمْ. Not everybody will see it. Remember, the Quran was to serve as a guidance for mankind. So you can be in America, you can be in Japan, you can be in Finland. You are part of people who are to take the guidance from the Quran. So it doesn't necessarily mean because I'm in Finland, I have to follow Saudi Arabia. No, I'm following the Quran. So the Quran says, فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمْ الشَّهْرَ. So when I check the calendar, then I've seen this calendar. It says, oh, we are supposed to be in the month of Ramadan. But how do I know the starting of the Ramadan? How do I know that actually that Ramadan day has started? So God says, يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْأَهِلَّةِ. The answer can be found in chapter 2, verse 189. Right? Chapter 2, verse 189. God says what? يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْأَهِلَّةِ قُلْ هِيَ مَوَاقِيتُ لِلنَّاسِ وَالْحَجِّ. God says, when they ask you about the crescents. Now, when we say crescent, it has to do with the new moon. Right? We have two types of crescents. We have the waxing crescent and the waning crescent. So God says, when they ask you about the crescents, say, you the messenger, say, they are timings for the same mankind that God revealed the Quran to them. They are timings for the people. He didn't say they are timings for the Arabs. Listen carefully. They are timings for Anas and the time of what? Hajj. Because remember, if it is time for Hajj, I can be in America and I want to go to Hajj. I can be in Finland and I want to go to Hajj. I can be in Ghana and I want to go to Hajj. Listen carefully. So they ask you about the crescents. Now, to help some of you, let's see the meaning of crescents, right? Now, crescent resembling the new moon in shape. Any shape resembles the curved shape of the moon in its first quarter or last quarters. Now, when you take the moon, it appears like the letter C, like this, C. That is what we call crescent. It comes. So the moment you see that crescent, it's the birth of a new moon. When you see it. So God intentionally used the word shahida to witness. How do you bear witness? This is the word here. Perceive. To perceive something or be contemporaneous with. Then it goes again. Witness. Someone who sees an event and reports what happened. Someone who sees an event and reports what happened. A close observer can be a witness. To observe something closely, you are a witness to it. So God says, فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمُ الشَّهْرَ, which means not everyone who witnesses the same time. Since we are in the month, and I want to know actually that the month has started, God says, يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْأَهِلَّةِ. Now, when we say ahilla, they are the crescent, new moons. That is what signifies you that the month has started. So if Saudi Arabia claims they have seen the new moon, that is a timing for them. They have started. That is up to Saudi Arabia. It's not up to me because I have not witnessed it. Why will I start something I didn't witness? Why? Do you see? So if Ghana says they've seen it today or tomorrow, that is up to them. They start. If America says they've seen it on Thursday, that is up to them. Let them start. If Finland says I've seen it today or tomorrow, that is up to me. I start today. So يسألونك عن الأهلة. Say, قل هي مواقيت للناس. He didn't say مواقيت للأعراب. No. مواقيت للناس. Listen carefully. So God says when we are asked about the new moons. So for instance, let's say I don't know about Islam, and then I ask somebody that, how did the Arabians know that Ramadan has actually started? Is it by the calendar they are just checking, or how do they know? Then somebody will say, oh, the Arabs, they normally check the moon to know it has started. Really? They check the moon. So now God is telling me, since I'm a human being, I take my guidance from the Quran. God says, يسألونك عن الأهلة قل هي مواقيت للناس. So I'm a human being too. So I can also use it for my timings. Yes. Since it's a new moon, that's how I get to know that I can also start my fasting, because I have a timing device. Do you get my point? So I will explain to you how the moon works. Now, how does the moon work? Let's go to chapter 10 verse 5 of the Quran to see how the moon works, so that we can understand why it's called a month. So Surah to Yunus verse 5. God says, هو الذي جعل الشمس ضياء والقمر نورا وقدره منازل لتعلموا عدد السنين والحساب ما خلق الله ذلك إلا بالحق يفصل الآيات لقوم يعلمون. Now what is God telling us in that verse? What does God intend to tell us in that verse? God says He is the one who made the sun glow, like glow on its own as a lamp, right? And the moon as a what? Light, nuran, because the glowing lamp gives light to the moon, right? So then it says, and estimated it in manazila, positions. It's estimated it, the moon. You look at the word. God used the word nuran, wakaddarahu. He didn't say wakaddarahuma or hima. No, he didn't say wakaddarahuma or wakaddarahima. No. He used the word wakaddarahu. He's talking about the moon, not the sun. Listen carefully and learn grammar. In that verse, chapter 10, verse 5, God is not talking about the sun. He's talking about the moon. هو الذي جعل الشمس ضياء. Then he says والقمر نورا. Then he says what? وقدره. He didn't say وقدرهما or hima. No. وقدره. Then he says manazila. So he's talking about the moon. Then he says لِتَعْلَمُوا عَدَدَ السِّنِينَ وَالْحِسَابِ. In order to know the counting of years and what? The calculation, the hisab. So this is why the month become a cognate of the moon. Right? You use the first day, the second day, you keep counting till the moon also become a waning crescent. Then the month ends. So that's why we say month. Like